Hello, I'm Seth. I run a company called Landmrk. We are often called the Pokemon Go for brands. Less heavy on the manufacturing. So, our clients have a challenge. They know that physical marketing is incredibly effective. If I can get you to taste a cup of coffee outside my coffee shop, you're 600 times more likely to remember my brand than if you've just had a digital experience with me. But there's a challenge, which is physical, experiential does not scale. Digital scales beautifully. I can get 3 million people to watch my YouTube video, but it lacks impact. It lacks that kind of physicality that experiential marketing has. So we have built a solution, which is a platform called Landmrk, which offers digital scale to physical experiences. If I told you 2 years ago that people would move to a physical location for some kind of digital experience, you'd have said I was talking nonsense. And then, of course, this happened, and there was £1 billion in revenue. And this market has finally arrived. This augmented reality, mixed reality market has arrived. If you look at Brent Hoberman's recent £5.8 million investment into startup Snatch, AR startup there, Nike, look at the incredibly successful sneaker drops where they have queues around the block for a pop-up shop. And they've realised, well, hang on, we can scale that with geofencing. So they place virtual stores in physical places, and they have pop-up shops that open at 12 midday and shut at 1 o'clock. It's just a digital store, but it's locked to a location. And now you're really seeing this scale with huge global franchises. Pokemon Go, popular, but still niche. Harry Potter, everybody knows this brand. Ghostbusters, Universal Studios, all of these people are now creating similar experiences. They are geolocational mixed reality experiences. They've proved digital scarcity, they've proved that you can incentivize movement, and they've proved that you can create digital scale for physical engagement. So this market is already massive. The experiential market is 118 billion a year already. A lot of this is driven by technology. Now that might be VR in location or other technical experiences, but it is driven by exciting experiences like this. We believe, mixed in with augmented reality, there will be a huge market here. So we built Landmrk, which is a location-based experience platform served on the mobile web, so there's no app download. We're completely white labelled. We've had a good first 14 months. Lots of these people have said that our product is great. And let's look at a couple of examples of how our clients are using this. So typically all of the campaigns have 3 central tenets: the engagement, the journey, and the reward. So in this case, it was to release the new series of Homeland. They promoted the series. They said, hey, there's something really exciting happening. We activated Manhattan. 15,000 people walked around the island of Manhattan, unlocked hotspots, and hacked into the president's voicemails. 2.3 million people engaged in that worldwide. Now, there's one example. We thought, okay, how can we take that to someone else? So let's really stress test our platform. Let's take Shakira, who has 250 million social media fans. Sony Music used the platform. Again, in this case, they activated 2,000 hotspots around the world. We moved 250,000 people physically went into locations. And while we're picking small clients, Unilever, they wanted to promote their new brand of links with Anthony Joshua, the boxer. So they activated 1,000 sports centres and gyms all over the UK, drove people there to get a physical sample. So they arrived at the location, they checked in digitally, the next day in the post they'd receive a physical sample in their home. This is really scaling experiential in a way that hasn't been done before. We call this idea kinetic currency, the idea of making someone move, or motivating someone to move rather, in return for some kind of reward. And this term, which we started using 14 months ago on our own in the wilderness, seems to have rather caught on. Last week, Telegraph used it, The Times used it, City AM yesterday used it. This idea is really catching on, and we have built a platform which allows you to transact on that basis. I will hurry up. All of these brands have one central thing in common. It's that they have single marketing teams or single marketeers with one desktop computer that need to run global campaigns at scale. That is what we provide for them. They are in lots of different industries. We've targeted all of these industries in our first year, and we've got paying clients in all of them. Hopefully there's lots of nice logos you recognise there. 80% of those clients have come back, and 50% of them are on annual licenses already, reusing the platform. We have got decent revenue, we've got decent traction, although we are young, and we have a really exciting future because location is not the only context. Location is really important, but once you start adding in other contexts, time and date and weather, city data, smart city data, Uber surge pricing even, how does that affect how someone consumes a piece of content? Even perhaps the price of Bitcoin or Ethereum on any given day. If you can provide marketeers with an entirely contextual marketing platform, you have a lot of power, and 5G will only transform this place. So we have an experienced team, 8 years at Google. I've started and run a few businesses for rather a lot of years in digital, lots of marketing, and we've got an experienced technical team who built the product in-house, and now we've partnered with the brilliant SimpleWeb to help really scale that technical proposition. So I would love you to circle your little box, because at worst, it means PwC really like us. And I have one more.